Shout out to brother Jamfar 777. The male soft life movement lives, and it starts with me. But I was just earlier. I think I was in a meeting or something. No, it was right. I think it was right. No, it was in a meeting. I think it was in the meeting, right? Anyways, but you know, I'm sitting here in a meeting, and the work is getting done by my colleague. He's the lead on it, on the task that we have, and I'm just supporting him and doing what I can with it, doing some Azure VM scale set resizing stuff or whatever. So so he's leading it, and I'm kind of just, I took a moment and I was just like, you know, I had finished my part of the notes and doing some research, and we were just waiting for a process to finish. And I'm just sitting back and I'm like, whoa, like just looking at the view that I have on a daily basis. And, you know, in one comment in one of my last posts, brother said, hey, listen, man, with that money you spent on the club, like it was one of my community posts for when I went to Atlanta, or when I was in Atlanta this weekend, I was at Pinups, and he's like, you could spend that money on, you know, traveling. And, you know, hey, listen, if that's your thing, I'm totally for it. I'm totally for the Passport Bros. I'm totally for people just being happy and being content and doing what they actually want to do, spending their money where they want to spend it. So it wasn't, this is not anything against that brother who posted that. I appreciate the engagement. And I don't even see any malice in what he said. I'm not a traveler, but one thing I've said before is that I feel that I live where I want a vacation. Like today, like the past couple of days, we had like a little bit of a cold snap, you know, got down to like 40 something degrees. Yeah, probably like 40 something degrees, 42 or something like that. And it was pretty cold, so we're out of that now. And it was raining earlier today, but now it's like really cool. The leaves are changing and everything else like that, so you're seeing that. And I just sat back in my chair and I'm like, fuck. Like, just taking it all in, man. Just thinking about what's happened to me in the past, where I'm coming from, where I'm going. Nothing is assured or guaranteed, so I'm still keeping on my toes because anything can happen. Any nigga can get it. 2023 is around the corner, and that motherfucker is coming for your ass with no loop, baby. No homo. So I'm always thinking like, okay, how can I put myself in a better situation, stay in my current situation, and improve my future situation, right? And I always think about that, but then I also have to think, to myself, like, damn, I'm actually in a really good place. Probably one of my best situations yet. And not on some, like, nothing can go wrong, and then everything went horribly wrong. I forgot, there's some meme that does that, something voiceover on Instagram that does that, but it's hilarious. But you got to take it in, every so often. You guys know I'm emotional, empathetic. I always end it, hey, listen, I love you all. That may not be the thing that you usually hear from any, like, another man, another brother, a person that's not of your blood, even from your own blood. Like, me and my brother will say it, but he'll be like, yeah, one love. And I'll say, yo, love you. All right, bye. Right? Like, I'll say I love you, but then he'll be like, yeah, one love. It's just weird, but me and my dad say it, even my sister, we say it, me and my nephew and everything else like that. If I, like, and they know if I don't say it, it's like, he feels a certain type of way or something like that. But we have to really look at what our situations are and where we're at, the people around us, the people that we congregate with on these videos, these comment sections, these panels. I talk about courting chaos, but what are you also doing to protect your peace at all costs? What type of position are you putting yourself in? Who are you? Who do you want to be? And who do you associate yourself with, right? And, I do my level of debauchery. I get out and do stuff. But I don't really go crazy over it. I don't go crazy with it. I enjoy, like, you hear the wind chimes and everything, and I enjoy the peace. My dog is just chilling. Like, this dog is, like, she comes out here and just looks into the distance. Like, it's kind of crazy. She really just comes out here and chills. Like, yo, you enjoying this shit more than me. Like, motherfucker, I want the rent. and I will not take pets. So ain't no petting. You can't pet me and get your way paid. Feed her too damn much. But you know, just looking at all of this, just looking at the situation, and I think that's one thing that we sometimes miss, right? Like, you know, looking back to where we were and looking where we're at, and then also looking ahead. And I think that's, and it's, I make videos about this all the time because it's so much about mindset. This past weekend, I went to Atlanta, as you guys know. Of course, I keep mentioning that. But went to go look at a car, right? And on the way back, talking to my mentee, and I'm talking to him, and, you know, I just had a bit of inspiration in terms of how to sometimes translate other people's feelings when you're talking to them, like how they feel. Do they feel down? Do they feel up? What are they feeling? Naming that demon, naming that feeling, naming that situation, that mindset. It's very important because it also helps people have a frame of reference to go off of. Like, I know what the word past means, or I know what the word passed up means. I know what the word rejected means, so on and so forth. And then also taking that and put it in, like, you know, making analogies to the fact of, like, okay, you got passed up or rejected for a job, right? Cool. How did that feel? Like, do you ever have to deal with that when it comes to women, you know? And, like, we talked about it, and he's just like, yeah, I don't think I've ever felt this, like, level of rejection. I'm like, yeah. And sometimes when you don't have that rejection, and I think it was like a panel with BGS, and they were talking to a young brother, talking about a young brother, where he just doesn't, he's the select guy, so he doesn't have that level of rejection with women. The problem with that is you get used to it. And then when you get into a situation to where you have to do more, do better, and you're getting beat out by the guy that would seemingly be ugly or against you in some way, shape, or form in terms of money, intellectual prowess, or anything else like that, like, it's harder. Like, another analogy, instead of just, like, you know, being select and getting women, but, like, okay, dealing with a person, or, you know, going against a person. Say it's two kids, right? And one has always had it easy, doesn't have to study, maybe has a photographic memory or something like that, or certain concepts, like in high school, come easy to them, right? Like math, 1 + 1 is 2, and then it starts to shit gets real when it comes to algebra and all this other stuff. Or a person that procrastinates, they can do their paper at the last minute, but this is a doctoral thesis. You're going to have to do all types of research. You're also going to have to possibly do some type of experiments or some long form type of content or long form type of study on a subject matter. And I've had this happen to me so many times, especially as a young person, like trying to do a fucking science project in one weekend about, you know, the growth of a plant. And it's just like, yo, I've had like 2 months to do this shit, you know, and then the science fair is coming, and somehow I pull it off because whatever thing I picked grew fast, right? So I was lucky, you know. But what does that do? Like, that's me in a sense, or in some cases is me. But then when I started getting to college and we had to do like physics, and I had to study, and I had to really do all this shit, yo, I'm getting passed up and, you know, lapped by other people that know how to study, that have had to study, that have, you know, had a great experiences studying, or have experience studying, and I can't compete against that because they're able to take in the knowledge, write down whatever they need to, and then move forward with the whole process, so to speak, right? And get to the point where they actually have a successful or passing paper or something like that. Or in my case, physics. Like, I bombed out of physics. I was just like, I looked at it, and I was doing so many other things, and then I made the decision. I was at FAU at the Boca Raton campus in Florida. And I said, man, I don't want to do this. I don't want a degree. I don't want to learn this shit. Like, this is, to me, fucking stupid. Like, I had already did Broward College, and then I had to go to FAU. Like, I was just lost. I just did not want to fucking really do school like that, because it's like I have to do ordered learning. I have to do all this reading. I got a fucking job, and I want to do other things in my life. Like, I just don't want to fucking do this. So, and it was also a subject matter that I did not like. I got into networking and computers and all types of other stuff. Like that shit. Told my dad. I was already into that, actually. But I told my dad, hey, listen, I want to do certifications. But what this, all that to say, when I was met with the challenge of having to actually work hard, I failed. You know, I got rejected. I got, you know, I just got a dose of medicine that I just could not handle and I did not want to take, in a sense. And I said, I don't want to do this. And I made a change and I was like, listen, I'm going to do something different. So I did, you know, and I got my certifications and I'm quote unquote better for it. And that's looking in the past, right? And then leading up to this point. But now we're looking at the future, like what's next, you know? I always talk about, you know, my financial situation, doing the things in terms of like making sure that I'm in a better position now that I'm able to do things a little bit quicker and I have more access to certain things. I'm looking at, okay, how can I do this faster? How can I not mess up? How can I not make these fucked up decisions anymore, right? I don't want to be in this situation. Like, what do I have to do to make sure that I do not end up here or quote unquote there again? And you know, I have to look at that, and that's looking towards the future. So, with all that being said, you know, always take time, of course, to understand the beauty and difference. I made that short recently about understanding the beauty and difference. But, you know, with that difference, you know, also understand the beauty of your future, what you can do, what you will do, where you can quote unquote put yourself. Is it where you want to be? You know, or sorry, are you where you want to be? The answer is usually no. And are you set or on track to be there? And if the answer is no, you need to make that a yes. I won't pontificate any longer, but I just wanted to put that out there, you know. Yeah, as the horns blare. But y'all be safe out there. Peace. Love y'all all.